Recorded live.
Hello, this is Rich Vernadeau, the producer and director of Crazy Insane Radio, the series, a Rich Vernadeau production. This is the director's commentary. This is going to be an informal chat. This is a bonus feature extra in which I will be commenting on the various episodes of Crazy Insane Radio. First of all, I want to welcome you to the universe in which Crazy Insane Radio takes place. Welcome to the city of Murgatroyd and its neighbor city, Flattown, populated by all sorts of interesting and strange people that you'll meet in this continuing series. In episode 2, I introduce the theater, where there's a chilling double feature going. I Was a Teenage Cannibal and Diary of a Mad Drag Queen. These are grade B movies, something along the lines of maybe what Ed Wood would have done. And this will be a recurring theme throughout my episodes. It comes up later in that same episode 2, Revenge of the Statue of the Buddha, another grade B exploitation thriller. Another recurring feature that will pop up from time to time in various episodes of Crazy Insane Radio is the random telephone call sample. And these are actual telephone calls with different people in the past that in the universe of our wonderful Murgatroyd city. And this will be a recurring thing also. And usually these are very dynamic and exciting and heated discussions that are taking place in these random telephone call samples. Another recurring theme is the country and western hits. And again, these have outrageous, absurd titles, absurd, outrageous content, because in the Crazy Insane Radio world of Murgatroyd City, everything is slightly over the top. Another thing that's introduced in episode 2 is the CRZY weather with its slogan, "The Eyes Have It." And, of course, that famous CRZY weather jingle that you'll hear over and over again, it's a recurring theme that's introduced in episode 2. Then in episode 3, Apronhead's Last Stand, we introduced Dr. Derrickson and Dr. Flipsher, who both come on. Dr. Flipsher is a hillbilly psychiatrist from Flattown, and they both come on and they make their psychological observations of Apronhead. And he's the insane person who destroyed the paper doll factory by burning it down and then doused gasoline on himself and killed himself and the owner of the paper doll factory. But we also have another character that's introduced in episode 3, Japanese business magnate Fudiki Hiramoto, who has plans to reopen the paper doll factory. And then right about that time, one of the coolest effects that I have going in this episode 3, there's this little paper doll that goes flitting across the screen right after the Hiramoto character is introduced. Sawmill City is referenced, and Flattown is referenced too. Even the road sign going to Flattown is shown. Then in episode 4, we have a news bulletin, and it's Hugh Millitson. And, of course, he takes you to the Senator Quint hearings, the House Senate hearings into the Vincini Cosmetics. And in this episode, we meet Senator Quint, who is a figure who occurs again in a later episode. And we meet Judy Vincini, the CEO and owner of the Vincini Cosmetics, and she's also a main central character to Murgatroyd City, to the Crazy Insane Radio, and she's a recurring character. So this was my commentary for episodes 2, 3, and 4. Enjoy listening to Crazy Insane Radio. Enjoy watching the videos. They're all over my Facebook groups. They're also available on Vimeo and on YouTube. Eventually, they'll be released on disc too. So, enjoy Crazy Insane Radio, a Rich Vernadeau production.
Recorded live.
Good evening. This is Rich Vernadeau, producer, director, mastermind, writer, and creator of the Crazy Insane Radio series. All of this is my own original content and original material, and I hope that you viewers on YouTube and Vimeo and on my various Facebook groups where this is posted are thoroughly enjoying it. I also post the show on Twitter often. This is my director commentary, part 2. It's been a part 1 that covered the first 4 episodes. So we're picking up here again, informal chat, telling you how I do what I do with this fun and exciting series, Crazy Insane Radio, which, as you know, takes place in the fictional land of Murgatroyd City, populated with all kinds of strange, eccentric, and interesting people and events. In episode 4, we meet Hugh Millitson. He is the announcer and anchorman of CRZY. CRZY is a station, a television station there in Murgatroyd. We meet Senator Quint, who is grilling Judy Vincini, the owner and CEO of the Vincini Cosmetics Corporation, at a House Senate hearing investigation into Vincini Cosmetics. And I want to give the shout out to Jamie Thomas, the wonderful actress who portrayed Judy Vincini in this and in future episodes. We hear reference to the Murgatroyd serial killer. We hear about a young near victim who escaped, Shimiko Hiramoto, who is the daughter of Fudiki Hiramoto, who was introduced as the Japanese business magnate who's going to rebuild the paper doll factory that was burned down in a previous episode by Apronhead. In episode 5, Drifties, the hamburger joint, fast food place, reappears. Again, Hugh Millitson appears. There's mention of a suicide note left by Apronhead. We don't get to see the contents of it yet, but there's mention of it. There's a Vincini product ad, one of the many products that Vincini Cosmetics releases, and there are ads for 2 grade B movies, a double feature at the Triplex Theater. Episode 6, the shooting of Senator Quint. Senator Quint is a character that I've killed off early on for various reasons, dramatic reasons within the context of my series that will unfold later on. Let's just suffice it to say that this is a very interesting, moving episode dealing with the shooting of Senator Quint. Episode 7 introduces Lieutenant Skitters. Now, Lieutenant Skitters is a chief investigator, the lead investigator into the Murgatroyd serial killer, who has been already alluded to in a previous episode. Once again, Shimiko Hiramoto is referenced as being the victim who got away, the one who escaped. Episode 8, there is, again, talk about the funeral procession of Senator Quint, which is related to his assassination. And then we have a recurring thing which occurs in more than one episode, the random telephone call sample. Episode 9, Hugh Millitson does man-on-the-street interviews to see what the public reaction to Senator Quint's televised funeral was. And again, there's a Vincini product ad and a Drifties ad. Episode 10, Hugh Millitson, and we have Judy Vincini delivering a eulogy for Senator Quint at the funeral, and then we have Judy Vincini there in the studio being interviewed by Hugh Millitson. And again, this part is played by Jamie Thomas, and she does a wonderful job. Episode 11, a special with Hugh Millitson, who is the Murgatroyd serial killer. The entire episode is devoted to recounting some details of the serial killings and some speculation and clues as to the Murgatroyd serial killer. Episode 11, movie ads again. Revenge of the Statue of the Buddha, Sex Slaves of Planet Sigma 5, and then the Drifties ad, the Drifties hamburger place. Episode 13 is the trailer for Exile Sex Slaves from Planet Sigma 5. Episode 14 is a trailer for I Was a Teenage Cannibal, another one of those sleazy exploitation B-movie thrillers that's always playing at the local Triplex Theater. Episode 15, Lieutenant Skitters appears, CRZY News, and he names a suspect in the Murgatroyd serial killings. And in fact, he calls out a new character who's introduced, Accounts Pedestrian the Third. Episode 16, we finally get to find out the contents of the Apronhead suicide note. We have a wonderful overview of the city of Murgatroyd, the Murgatroyd Freeway at the very beginning of the episode, is in episode 17 and 18. And Count Pedestrian releases his speech in which he's trading barbs with Lieutenant Skitters back in the United States. Count Pedestrian's already left the country, of course. We have financial news. Vincini acquiring Uncle Crudbucket's Basic Lime Thigh Cream. And we have a studio interview there with Judy Vincini again by Hugh Millitson. And at the end of the episode, the Murgatroyd serial killer issues an ultimatum to Hugh Millitson. Then in episode 19, we have the origin and introduction of a new character, Flashy the Paper Doll. And that's my commentary, my director's commentary on episodes 4 through 19. Watch them on YouTube, Crazy Insane Radio, Rich Vernadeau Production. Watch them on Vimeo, and you can watch them on the Facebook groups, Crazy Insane Radio and Rich Vernadeau Productions. Again, I want to thank you for watching the episodes. Thank you for listening to the commentary. Good night.
Talk shoes. Recorded live.
Good evening. Hello there. This is Rich Vernadeau, writer, creator, producer, and director of Crazy Insane Radio, the series. And this will be my director's commentary for Season 2. Will also be an episode guide, too, where I talk a little about different key episodes and different key characters in the second season. So welcome, everyone. I hope you are enjoying Crazy Insane Radio. Please keep watching it. Several episodes per week are created and placed on YouTube. And I would like for you to leave your comments and your thumbs up and your likes. And, of course, content is the important thing here. And I strive to create important and exciting, thrilling content. And I hope you're enjoying all of it. And, again, I'm available for your questions. You can leave a comment right there underneath the YouTube videos themselves, the Rich Vernadeau, Crazy Insane Radio, the series. And, of course, I also have Facebook groups devoted to this as well. Crazy Insane Radio, the series, is also a Facebook group that I have. And then Rich Vernadeau Productions as well. You're welcome to join those groups. You're welcome to ask questions and make comments. All right. There are several key characters in Season 2. Some of them appeared in Season 1. Some of them may have been newly introduced in Season 2, and we'll cover that as I go. First of all, Flashy, the paper doll, has become a central character by this point. She occurs in episode 34 and numerous other episodes after that, and also available there on YouTube is the best of Flashy, in which I've taken all of the Flashy the Paper Doll episodes and put them together so that anyone can see a lot of the key episodes that feature her. Some of her episodes, by the way, are in Season 1, because she started in episode 19 in Season 1. But the action heats up in Season 2, not just for Flashy the Paper Doll, but for a number of other characters, too. Imogene Slikowski is in episode 35. She is a columnist at the Murgatroyd Times, but she is also a commentator on CRZY News, the TV station CRZY. She blasted Blatson the artist in episode 35. And, of course, Blatson came back and responded to Imogene in episode 37. Blatson is a local artist on the scene in Murgatroyd. Flash entered a beauty contest in episode 38. Dr. Gatrick is introduced in episode 39. Now, Dr. Gatrick is the scientist who created Flashy in the biotech lab. And he's an interesting character. He recurs later on in a different, in several different episodes as well. Episode 40, Senator Devane. Now, Senator Devane is the senator who replaced Senator Quint, who was assassinated very early on in season 1. The mayor of Murgatroyd, Mayor Paransky, appears in episode 42 and then in several subsequent episodes. And in episode 43, Dr. Hubert Slakowski of the Divine Humanity Cathedral. And yes, it is later revealed that he is Imogene Slakowski's father. In episode 44, we have the Flashy protesters. These are skateboarders who support Flashy. They are part of a social movement that supports her human rights. Episode 45 introduces Woodpulp Boy. He is another artificially created life form who is coming to see Flashy, and this happens in season 2, of course, in a future episode. The Murgatroyd serial killer, of course, is still at work. He's still unapprehended, and he pops up in episode 49. And there is a pop star interviewer, a person who interviews various pop stars named Leadstuff Gowall. He appears not only in episode 49 and 50, but he appears in several subsequent episodes. In episode 51, Flashy the Paper Doll appears on Les Tomac's talk show. Now, Les Tomac, not only is he an employee of CRZ News, but he has his own talk show at CRZY as well. There's a soap opera called Heart's Desire that pops up in episode 56. And there is a character named Romson Kilroy. He's also an employee of CRZY News, and he appears in episode 57 and in subsequent episodes as well. Of course, Leadstuff Gal pops up again. The Heart's Desire, the soap opera, pops up again. And, of course, Imogene is a recurring character, too. So that sums up some of the main characters and some of the main plot lines that are going on from episode 33 through episode 63. And, again, I hope you've enjoyed watching them. I hope you continue to watch them. And just come on over to YouTube every couple of days to the Rich Vernadeau channel, where you will see a new episode or 2 or 3 of Crazy Insane Radio series. Thank you very much. This has been the director, creator, and writer of Crazy Insane Radio series, Rich Vernadeau. Good night. For Leilana to come back, why don't I talk to you a little bit about some of the things that I've got going on. As you know, there's something going on called Rich Vernadeau Productions, in which I've begun to do quite a few videos on YouTube. And in effect, and at some point I'll do a show about this in the future, in which I discuss all of it. I've basically created a universe. It is, in fact, a mini-series. It is episodic in nature, soap operatic in nature, with some similarities, perhaps, to things such as picket fences, northern exposure, Knots Landing, what have you. It's a make-believe town, make-believe city, with a neighboring make-believe town. All of the characters are, of course, imaginary because this is a fictional world, this universe that I've created. But it bears
Was that the one
strong...
with the flash? Was that the one with the flashy paper dolls?
Yes, I see you've seen one of those episodes. Most recently, right, thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed that, Terry. Most recently, I put together, and these are available on both Vimeo and YouTube to be seen anytime, as well as on my Facebook groups. Rich Vernadeau Productions is one of them, and Crazy Insane Radio is another group that I have on Facebook where you can see these videos because I post them every day or two or three as I create them. And the latest ones that I did, I actually took episode 10, 11, and 12 and put them all together in one longer episode that's available both on Vimeo and YouTube as well as on those two Facebook groups that I mentioned. And it's easy to find through Google. Crazy Insane Radio will definitely pull it up. If you should Rich Vernadeau out to the side, my name also, it'll pull up even more quickly. And I have a channel on YouTube, Rich Vernadeau channel, in which all of these episodes can be seen. And then I'm also there on Vimeo as well. And I would encourage anyone that enjoys being entertained and enjoys a fantasy world that's taking place in contemporary. It takes place in our own modern-day times. Though I don't assign an exact year. Well, I do in one episode. Toward, I think in episode 11 or episode 12, I mentioned 2012, and then I say this has been going on for 4 years. So I do, in fact, I do have it set in our own time period, 2016. I will later on be introducing more characters. There's numerous storylines that will be introduced over time. And there's even a show within the show, so to speak, because within the city of Murgatroyd, which is the fictional city in this universe where all of this is taking place, of course, they have movie theaters just like we do. And one of the productions that is showing at that local theater, I just did the trailer for it too, episode 13, which came out today and is available all over the place for anybody to watch. And it was called Exiled Sex Slaves of Planet Sigma 5. And I had a great deal of fun doing that trailer for that. And it may ultimately become a little production of its own. When I say show within a show, a lot of the things that are referenced and alluded to and mentioned within the context of Crazy Insane Radio, within the context of the city of Murgatroyd, a lot of these things will be a subline or a subplot, or they'll take on a life of their own. Just as way back in the day, as you will remember, the Mary Tyler Moore Show had the spinoff show Rhoda, and then the spinoff show Phyllis, and then Lou Grant, her boss at the TV station, even went on to become a newspaper editor, had his own show, Lou Grant. Those were all spinoffs, MTM spinoffs of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. So in the same sense, I'm doing that within the context of my Crazy Insane Radio. So there will ultimately be spinoff shows in which different characters within this are explored.